Hey y'all! Today I'm going to be doing another Top 5 Wednesday. This series was created by Lainey over at Ginger Reads Lainey. I will leave a link to her channel down in the description, as well as a link to the Goodreads group. So this week's topic is Top 5 Futuristic Books. And it took me a while to kind of figure out how I wanted to define futuristic, because part of me was heading towards like sci-fi and cool space stuff, and the other part of me was heading towards like dystopians and things that actually take place in the future of our world. So I've chosen kind of a mix of the two. Most weeks I rank the books from my least favorite book of the bunch to my favorite book of the bunch. However, this week I'm going to be ranking it from least futuristic to me to most futuristic to me. So coming in at number 5 on the list is Divergent by Veronica Roth. I absolutely love this book, and even though it does take place in the future Chicago, it doesn't always feel like really futuristic. Because it is a dystopian. However, I really do love it, and it is technically a futuristic book because it does take place in the future of America. And like I said, I absolutely love this book. I gave it 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10. I was obsessed. I read this in one day. It's really great. If you haven't read this by now, I would get on that because this book is just really great. The rest of the trilogy, meh, but this one's really good. Number 4 on my list is The Bone Season by Samantha Shannon. Once again, this tends to not really have a futuristic feel so much as a dystopian fantasy kind of feel. However, this definitely counts on this list because it does kind of have some sorts of science fiction-y vibes going on to it. I'm not going to spoil anything for anyone who hasn't read it, but there are definitely some like spacey, science fiction-y things going on in here. And I think that totally makes it feel a little bit more futuristic, even though it only takes place about, I think, 50 years in the future. Maybe it's 80 years in the future. I'm not sure, but yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite futuristic reads. I gave it 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5. Absolutely love it. Coming in at number 3 on my list is Ready Player One by Ernest Cline, another of my absolute favorite reads from last year, which I gave 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5. I absolutely love this book, and the reason it got a little bit higher than the last two is because even though it is a dystopian, it has this virtual world that is really technologically advanced, and it feels really futuristic because inside the world there are like spaceships and different worlds, and it just screams future to me. So yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite futuristic books. Book number 2 on the list is The Reality Bug by DJ McHale, which is the 4th book in the Pendragon series. I've talked about this series quite extensively on my channel, however I haven't mentioned specific books very much. For the majority of this series, each book takes place on a different territory or different world, and this book takes place on the territory of Velox. And similar to Ready Player One, Velox has this thing called Lifelight, which is basically an alternate reality that most of the people in this world live in most of the time. And it's really, really cool, and all of the technology is really awesome. And even though it doesn't take place on Earth, and it doesn't take place even in the like realm of Earth or even in our solar system, it is really futuristic, and it's a really great book. And the book / trilogy that I put at number 1 on this list is the Across the Universe trilogy by Beth Revis. This was the first trilogy / book that I thought of when I thought of futuristic books. It is like the epitome of futuristic to me. The first little section of it takes place on Earth, but the rest of it takes place in a spaceship like hundreds of years in the future, and it's a completely different world and setting, and it's just really, really awesome and very futuristic. And I absolutely love these books, as I've said many times in the past. So there you go, those are my top 5 futuristic books. I will leave a link down in the description to my blog and to my Goodreads. Please add me as a friend on Goodreads. I would love to be friends with all of you. Please like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Thank you so much for watching. Bye! I need one more futuristic book. I'm failing at this so much. I have literally just let this go and go and go for like forever, and I haven't eaten yet. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm making so many attractive noises right now. And in the clouds got no weight on my shoulders. I should be wiser and realize that I've got. What am I doing? Boom. Bum bum bum. I want you. Bum bum bum. I want you, oh, oh, yeah, go one less, ooh, yeah. And even though I can give you really one time, tell me, baby, why can't you leave me? Even though I should've wanted, I gotta have it. Oh, head in the clouds, got no weight on my shoulders. I should be wiser.